You know those tiny things on your Samsung phone that annoy you every single day? Maybe your camera does not have that zoom level that you need. Maybe split screen makes your apps too cramped. Maybe you keep missing important notifications, or maybe the phone looks good but it doesn't feel like yours. In today's video, I will be showing you 10 good lock features that solve these small problems quickly. Let's get into it. So welcome back to the Doitright Tech channel, where I take you through everything tech. In today's video, we're looking at part 4 of the Good Lock series. If you missed part 1, 2 and 3, check the card app here in the top right corner because I've already covered many more useful good lock features. And just like the other videos, we are going to be taking one useful feature from 10 good lock models and show exactly when you would need these. So without wasting much time, let's dive right into the video. But don't forget to hit the like, smash the subscribe button to come back for more, hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss out on any video that I post. On that note, let's go. Imagine you want to take a photo or record a video. So you go into your camera application, but your subject is far away. So you pinch and then you zoom in, or moving between different zoom levels, trying to frame your shot perfectly. But before you get to zoom onto exactly what you need, the moment is gone. What if the zoom levels that you really needed were sitting right at the bottom here? Well, let me show you how to get more zoom levels right here. So what you're going to do is go into your Good Lock application. Then we're going to go scroll down until we find the camera assistant, which is right there. Once we are inside the camera assistant, we're going to come right here into zoom shortcuts. You want to toggle ×2 on, ×10 on, and ×100 on. Once you have these turned on, now when you go into your camera, it's going to look exactly like this. You can tap directly on them to zoom between all those ×2, ×5, ×10, and even ×100 at this point, based on the ones that you selected. This is going to be useful when you need to frame a subject quickly and do not want to miss that shot. So now that you can capture your photos faster, let's make choosing the best one among that also easy. So now imagine that photo you took multiple of them, about 5 of them. One might be sharper, one might have better lighting, and one might have better facial expressions. Now you keep opening one image, looking at it and going back to the other and cycling through that way. Instead of doing that, what if I told you that there is a tool that helps you with that inside the Good Lock? Well, follow me, I'll show you. So we go into the Good Lock application and then we come here into the camera assistant. So we select it. Once you're in here, there is one option that is compare image. So you can tap on that to select the images that you want to compare. So right here, should it be 2 separate images that are like this? You can select them and hit on done. Now you're going to have them side by side this way and compare one image to the other. Now, just to move off a bit, this image was actually generated from this image. So I have a dedicated video that will be coming up shortly to show how we were able to generate this image from this image that is torn apart. But I digress. So now you can zoom into both of them at the same time, checking particular parts of those 2 images all at the same time. You can check detail, you can check lighting, you can check faces and choose the better one without jumping back and forth through your gallery. It is simple, but it's very useful when you take many similar photos and want to quickly choose the best one among them. Now that your photos are sorted out, let's make it easier to get to your favorite applications before you start looking for them. So imagine you want to open your camera application or your notes application, wallet, WhatsApp, or another application that you use every single day. Normally, you're going to pick your phone and then unlock it. And then once you're inside, probably you have that application here. You're going to tap on it or look for it if you don't have it on your home screen. But what if I told you there is an easier way you can select the application before even unlocking your phone? Follow me. You're going to go into Good Lock and then scroll through it till you find the LockStar and select it. Once you've selected the LockStar on your home screen, this is what you're going to do. Tap on the LockStar and come here into Favorite Application. Here, you're able to toggle this on. It's going to be here. You can select the orientation of your choosing. You can have it lying down that way, vertical that way, or oriented towards the right. This is oriented towards the left because it's got that right there. And then towards the right because it's got that right there. So once you've selected it, you can proceed to select the applications that you want inside here. So you can pick and choose any of them, remove and add more, and once you're done with that, you can apply them. So they're going to be seated right here, and now you can place them anywhere you want on your screen. Once you've placed them, you can now hit done. So next time when you go to your lock screen like this, you're going to have it seated right there. You can tap on whichever one you want and jump directly into it after unlocking it, instead of searching through your home screen first. This is perfect for your most used applications. And if you use the S Pen, the next one is for when the default Air Command menu simply doesn't fit your style. Let's that I pull out my S Pen like this, and the Air Command jumps right on the screen. It works, but maybe it's too big. Maybe it takes too much space on my screen, or maybe it feels boring and does not match the rest of my phone setup. This is how to change it. Whereas there is an easier way to come here into settings, scroll all the way down and go into advanced features, come into S Pen, and then come here into Air Command and select this option for a compact one, so that when it's launched it looks like this. You could actually be more creative with this. All you need to do is come into the good lock and look for Pentastic. Select this option. Once you've done, you could use this option that we can see or are using right now, or we could swipe and use this option, which is a bit monochromatic this way. Go ahead, change the image in the background or remove the background completely, and then you can proceed to use that one, so that when you launch it like this, it looks like this. Or if you even need it with no background blurs and all that, you could always change all that and have it act like the normal one, like this, but small in the corner. Or you could even use the secular style like that. Or if you don't like that and you prefer this retro style, you could also use that. So when it's launched, it looks exactly like that, and you select what you want. So depending on the version of Good Lock you're using or of the Pentastic you're using, you could have all of these options here or others. So once you pick the ones that you like or works best for you, you have it looking exactly how you want it and working the exact way you want it. It is a small change, but if you use the S Pen often, it makes the experience feel more personal every single day. Now that the S Pen looks better, let's add shortcuts that work even when the S Pen is nowhere near you. So imagine you see something on your phone that you immediately want to share. Maybe it's a receipt, it's a message, it's a location, it's a product, or something useful for work. Normally, you're going to take a screenshot either like this, or better still, do the swipe, or for navigation button users, you might have the screenshot button there, so tap on it and take a screenshot, then proceed to share. What if I told you that that is quite a lengthy process? Because you could double tap or triple tap the back of your screen. That's going to take a screenshot and already prepared to share it for you. Let me show you. So what you're going to do is go into Good Lock and swipe down in search of the RegiStar. Once you found it, you're going to go into it and you're going to see an option right here at the bottom. Double tap action and turn that on. So double tap action, you could pick a double tap option to take and share screenshots, or you could use any of these other ones, but in this example we're just going to select this option. With this turned on and the sensitivity set to the style that you want, when next you want to take a screenshot, all you have to do is double tap the back of your phone, and your phone is going to take a screenshot and just get ready to share it. So immediately you're able to tap on whoever you want to share it with right here, or go into your quick share option and then select where you want to share it to, and immediately you're good to go. You can also use triple tap for different options, but you choose which one works for you better and you employ it. So now that shortcuts are faster, let's make the volume control work better for applications you actually use. So imagine you're watching a YouTube video, but the volume is too loud, so you lower it. Then you jump into Instagram and then the volume is too low, so you increase it. And you keep going through this. Or maybe you're playing a game while listening to music and you want the game quieter but the music louder. This is where Sound Assistant helps a lot. Let me show you. So what you're going to do here is to go into the Good Lock application and look for Sound Assistant. So we're going to come right here into Sound Assistant. Once you're here, you want to come here into Customize Volume Panel. And this is where I need you to pay close attention, because all you're going to do is tap on Customize and come here to Advanced Panel. You just want to make sure you've toggled this on. That's App Volume. So with this toggled off, this is how your volumes are going to look. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. These are not specific in any way. But once we toggle this on, now we have for different applications, different volume levels. So now when you're in YouTube like this, and you go to increase volume, when you tap on this, you're going to get the volume for YouTube only. So you can reduce or increase it. Then, as we can see right here, YouTube has now got its volume at 34 whenever we press the volume button. But when we go into Instagram and we go to increase the volume, you're going to see that once we tap on it, Instagram is at 100%. So we can toggle Instagram to 62 And now when we are in YouTube again, try the volume. We're going to still have YouTube on 34. Even though the volume has been set as high as possible, you're able to now individually change the volumes of different applications. This is, I believe, a game changer that could help you in your everyday usage of applications, especially when it comes to the sound side of things. Now, this is one of those features you may not know how much you need it until you start using it. Now that the sound is under control, let's fix one of the biggest problems with the split screen mode. So imagine you open two applications in split mode like this. It could also be YouTube and the Notes application, or Gmail and the My Files application. But once you open the split screen mode, one app looks zoomed in. You lose information, text becomes too large, and you cannot see enough of the application. Now we come inside the good lock and look for the MultiStar right there. We scroll down and come right here, which is the multi-window screen zoom right there. We can apply it not only for split screen but also for pop-up. Now with it turned off for pop-up, when I shrink this, you can see how much of this information has been crammed into that small space. Now I want you to look at, that's the quick launch of the multi-window. You see how crammed up it is? Now I'm just going to make this bigger and now going to turn this feature on. So when I shrink it now, same space, but now we have it enlarged. So it fills out amazingly, even though this is quite smaller than the previous one I showed you. Now this still applies to other applications. So right now, when I have the split screen mode turned off for this, and I try to pair this with this, almost half of that original screen is still underneath this. But if I had this toggled on and I did that split screen like this, immediately we have more of it seated up here. It is very useful for videos, emails, documents, browsing, notes, and almost every single application that can be used in the split screen mode. Until you're a power user who uses most of these applications and want to see much, you might not see the effect of this. But as I've shown you, more comes into frame when you have this very feature turned on. Use it, let me know in the comment section how it worked for you. So now that you can see more in your split screen mode, let's stop the screen from turning off when you need it to stay on. Imagine you're recording a phone tutorial, following instructions, reading a long recipe, keeping a reference image on your screen, or using your phone for a display whilst working. Then your phone turns off because the normal timeout screen is too short. Now what I mean by the normal timeout screen is when you come here into settings and you scroll till you get to display, scroll down a bit further, you're going to find timeout right there, which you can set for maximum of 10 minutes. But what if 10 minutes is too short? Yes, you could turn this very feature on that keeps the camera on your eye to make sure that once you're looking at the phone doesn't go off. But please, in the options that we just stated above, which has to do with you working on some recipe, at a point in time you're going to take your face off the phone, so then your phone could go off. But when you come here into good lock and you scroll until you get to display assist. Once here, you can come to the keep screen on option, and here you're able to turn it on by either toggling this option where you use the side key for it by just double tapping the side key, or you could manually keep a settings button at the top. So if I select this, I can add it to the top, and now when I scroll up there, I'm going to find it right there. Now what does this really do? So what it does is that it keeps your screen on throughout until or unless your screen goes off, and it's keeping it on for 30 minutes, or you reboot your device, or the battery is at 15%. So these are some options that will immediately turn off that feature, or else you could just turn it off or on yourself by using that toggle up there or double tapping on the side key. This is much better than constantly touching your screen just to stop it from going to sleep. Now that the screen can stay on for a very long time, as long as you need, let's make moving around the phone much better too. So imagine your phone works perfectly, but every time you open an application, close it, or swipe to the home screen, the animation feels too basic. Maybe you want it smoother, maybe you want it faster, maybe you want it to feel more stylish. Well, Home App has got you covered. This is what you're going to do. Go into the Good Lock application and look for the Home App model. Go right into it. Once you're in here, you're going to come into the gesture settings, and here you can just come to the first one. This one has to do with opening application, tuning the animation for opening application, but that's not what we're looking at here. In this video, we are looking at this option. That's the home gesture animation tuning. You can select classic, which makes closing applications look like this, or you could select elegance, which comes with a flare. like this. All right, or you could use dynamic, which is a mixture of both, giving you something like this, and you see the swell effect that just happened there, where the application jumps into position like that and has a small bounce effect. That's for that. And sweet has its own feel. Okay, it's between elegance and dynamic, and then you can actually tune it yourself by using the simple tune. So you could tune it to be more emotional, that means slower like this, or you could go faster so that it feels like this. Or if that's not what you want, you could always come to advanced tuning and tune it every way that you want it. So if you want the application to come directly there, you can actually play with the damping, play with the stiffness, play with the friction, and even when it comes to the icon, how the icon lands, the speed at which it's moving, the stiffness of it, so we can see like that. So you can play with all of these to the way that you want it and have your animations work the exact way that you want it. So once you're done with this, it will not change what the phone can do, but it can change how the whole phone feels to use. And finally, let's make it easier to separate your notifications that actually matter from the ones that you do not really need. So imagine you receive lots of notifications, but you're waiting for that very notification, which can come in your email, your messenger. It could be a work alert, it could be delivery update, it could be school information, banking notifications, and everything else. But maybe you only want to quickly find notifications with specific words like urgent, like work, like Samsung, like do it right. So instead of searching through your notification, NotiStar has got you covered. Let me show you. So you're going to come into your good luck and look for NotiStar. Once you're here, you want to turn it on. You can come right here into the user filter list like this, and you're going to set a type of filter that you want. For example, here I have set a filter name called test, and then in it I have do it right as the word or the keyword that should be looked for in those notifications. If this I wanted to apply only to particular applications, then I can select the particular applications I'm expecting that from, and then only those ones would be looked through. Okay, but once I'm done with that, I can always hit save. Now we can have several different ones. Now when I come back inside here, I can turn on this option to use it on the lock screen. So once this is turned on, so that when I'm now on my lock screen, we're going to see this very icon here that we can swipe on, and then we've got options at the bottom here. We've got all and we've got test. All contains all of the notifications that we've received, and then test are those that have those trigger words or keywords inside them. So let's look at a quick example. But a very important thing is if I swipe here, I'm able to immediately get the notifications. What if I don't want the notifications to show? So what we're going to do is we're going to jump back inside NotiStar here, and we're going to toggle this feature on so that when we are on the home screen like this and we swipe on this, we're going to need fingerprint access before we see these notifications. Then still we have test here. So let's receive a message with that trigger or keyword inside, and we'll see how it really works. All right, so we've just received a notification that has do it right inside. We're inside the lock screen like that, and then we swipe on that and unlock. Immediately we have this. And the test, we've got do it right in the statement. We've got do it right in the statement, as you can see. Okay, and we've got one right here. So when we come inside here, we've got all the notifications normally we receive, but under test we have specific ones that are seated inside, which have those keywords. So with this, you're able to separate your notifications to show you which ones contain a particular keyword that you're probably looking for in a certain message you're expecting. This is useful when you want to separate important notifications from the noise. And those there are 10 good luck features that solve small problems you may deal with every single day. And there we have it, 10 good luck features that can make your Samsung phone easier and more enjoyable to use. So we added fast zoom shortcuts, compared photos properly, placed favorite applications on the lock screen, changed the air command style, created back tap shortcuts, controlled app volume separately, saw more in our split screens, kept the screen on longer, changed more gesture animations, and filtered notifications by keywords. So let me know in the comment section which one of these features are you turning on first, and do you still want a part 5 where we discover more good luck features people are missing out on? Well, without wasting much time, don't forget to hit the like, smash the subscribe button to come back for more, and hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss out on any video that I post. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.